All right. We are okay. I say shalom, shalom, lakam,
Shalom.
kol, bonyam, yeshua, peace to all Israel. Late start this morning. I say hallelujah, all praises to the Most High for this Shabbat day. I like to send forth my blessings and healings to all Israel. The Most High may bless us and heal us and restore us and strengthen us and heal us in these evil and perilous times. That He give us the strength, the fortitude, the spirit to continue to forge on, to fight this great battle. All right, to be obedient, to be humble, to receive His spirit of truth, and that we become victorious in this battle, and that take away all fear and give us courage to fight. All right, to triumph against the enemy, because it's our time. It's our time. Our kingdom is at hand. It's time for us to return back to the Most High, to stand with truth, humble, humility, righteousness, conviction, and to fight the good fight of faith. Like Brother Paul said, fight that good fight of faith. All right? And don't let nothing hold you back, because this is it. Right? Even Michael Jackson said it. This is it. Okay? Every singer, whether they have pitfalls, downfalls, negativity, every singer in their life, in one of their lifetime, produce a positive message out of their song. Every musician, check it out. I don't care who they are. All right? You go from the OJs to the Stylistics to the Spinners, the Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield, which I love. I love Curtis Mayfield. I love that brother. Yeah, I said the Isley brothers. Curtis Mayfield was a strong, positive brother, man. And his whole life was mishaps and downfalls, man. And then to see that he tried to make a comeback in a positive way, and to show you that you don't control your life, man. You don't control it, man. To show you back in 1990 when he was at Wingate, he was coming back to do a comeback because his producers robbed him. His inner circle robbed him. He was in financial straits, and he was going to do a great comeback at Wingate in Brooklyn, and one of the stage prop, 1,000 pounds fell on him and crippled him, paralyzed him, man, for the rest of his life. And he was paralyzed, and man, he was shut down, man. And he went through so much hell. His house got burned down. He lost all his music that he wrote and produced, got destroyed. And he was in a hell of a state, man. Then he had diabetes, and then he finally died in 1999. But I like Curtis Mayfield, man. And, to me, he was a conscious brother, and he tried to do what was right. But for some reason, it was that the odds were always against him. But like I said, every musician, once in their lifetime, they might sing negative or music that's not right with the Most High. But out of that whole lifetime that they've been doing music, they did something that was positive, had a positive message in their songs. All right? Curtis Mayfield, when he made that song, what was it? Not Pusher Man, but Get On Up. All right? That was a positive song. All right? And he had two more positive songs too. But every musician, all right, even the OJs, when they sung about backstabbers for the love of money, 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 money. Some people, all right? So every musician in their lifetime come across what they have to produce something that's being positive, because a musician deal with the outcome of life, whether it's negative, positive, greed, riches, fame. They're telling a story about the reality of life, what they've been through, or what happened to somebody, or what they've been through in their life. But go check it out. Every musician in their life, all right, they tell a story about what they experienced or what's going on in their life, per se. All right? Even Bob Marley, all right? When Bob Marley had some positive message in music too. Bob Marley said in his music, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. That's a true fact. When music hits you and it hits your spirit, you don't feel no pain. It takes away all that pain, man. All right? All you feel is that the mood that just feel good, to feel good. And music helped to alleviate some of the oppression. That's why we sung it in slavery. All right? Singing helps to take away some of the oppression that you're going through. And that's why even in the scripture says, if any sorrow or in depression, is to sing psalms. It tells you sing the psalms. It helps. So music is a moving force. Okay, but the music industry have been hijacked by negativity and wicked, evil vultures that prey upon people to exploit them of their talents. All right, a bunch of cutthroats in that music business, man. Okay, and every musician that I've seen that started off in that music business was robbed, exploited. Even Prince, and he wanted to do his own record label, and they gave him a hard way to. Even Michael Jackson, Sam Cooke, and they got rid of him, man. Jackie Wilson, okay, you name it. All the great legends, man. Right? Talking about R. Kelly. Kelly too, you know what I mean? All right, you know, and R. Kelly's a musical genius. You understand? So, but like I said, man, the kingdom of the Most High is at hand, and that's what we're looking forward to. But one more thing too, coming up June 26th will be the Mashara Yasharala in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, to purchase the tickets or to get events, go to our Eventbrite, Mashara Yasharala in Atlanta, Georgia, coming up June 26th to the 29th. It's going to be in Atlanta. Most High willing, I'll be there if everything goes right as far as transportation, right? And like I said, go to Eventbrite, purchase the tickets, and it's going to be a big event in Atlanta. All right, we're going to bring up a lot of stuff, a lot of things. We're going to bring out, you know, so it's a gathering of Israel. It's about us networking, communication, restoring the brotherhood, love, unity, sisterhood. All right. So let's continue that fight to forge on for the strength and the rebuilding and the reestablishment of our nation, because that's what's at hand. Not everything else is minute. Yes, we have to continue paying our bills, surviving, but the greatest thing that's coming ahead of us is the reestablishment of the nation of Israel. The kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Okay, and this European power is about to be brought down. They're going down, right? You saw how Trump was up there with the president from South Africa, Ramaphosa, and how he brought up what he showed was a bunch of a video about lies that had nothing to do with the people in South Africa, but they want to push their agenda so bad. They're so concerned now about Europeans being genocide, but when there was genocide in the people in South Africa 40 years, 30 years ago, back under de Klerk and all the South African regime, it wasn't no big issue to go and stop what was taking place in South Africa. Okay, when de Klerk and Botha was in power in South Africa, while Mandela was locked up and they were suffering and being killed, it wasn't no big impetus of any administration to go in and stop the genocide. But now, because you claim it's happening to so-called Europeans, you want to bring them to America for refugees. The hypocrisy of your democracy called America. That's where you're coming down. Okay? And nobody's going to stop the decline of your kingdom.
And in that video, Ben, you could clearly see that that was an ambush.
Right. He ambushed him. He should have known that was coming too. After they saw what it did to Zelensky, how you going to go up there on an arm and not know that you... But see, they look up to Trump as if he's something righteous. Trump is not righteous. All right? He's a con man. He's a snake oil salesman. He's a shyster. He's a crook. He's an evil dude. Okay? And you know he was going to backslap you and slap you upside your head. He was going to hit you with something to put you on the spot, because he doesn't play clean. He doesn't play fair. Okay? And he had his whole cabinet up there with him too. And he up there thinking that Trump is going to become, he comes to talk about one thing with trade with America. What the hell you want to trade with America for? You got your other African nations over there, trade with them. They have the resources and the wealth. Why you want to deal with America? But that's what you get. That's what you get when you want to be a good special. Oh, I want to be different. I want to show the people of Africa that we're not like that. Shut the hell up. I'm sick and tired of you puppets. That's why in Ivory Coast, they got rid of that puppet leader. All you puppet leaders, you're going down. You're going down. There's going to be no more refuge for you puppet leaders. It's time for you to stand up for your people and for righteousness. Okay? And that's what Abraham Traoré is doing. He's standing for his people and for righteousness. Okay? And the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. So who don't like it? Kick rocks. Yes, you Howard up.
Yeah, Ghana is just following the example of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And he can do it on a grander scale because he's more established than
Burkina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's making a move to kick the devil out.
Right.
And take control of his mineral resources.
Right. Africa have all the resources. You don't need nobody to depend on. What you need to do is start doing alliance with your own African nations.
Right.
But to show you that the African nation have been divided so much, and like I said, there's so many different languages among the Africans that, but they should use a common language, because the main language that they use over there is Swahili, and what's the other language they use? But Swahili is one of the main languages that they use. But yes,
A lot of Africans speak English.
yeah,
Very, very well.
mm-hmm. They speak English very well, yeah. And then some of them speak the French language.
Yeah.
A lot of them speak Portuguese too. French is like a second language over there. I don't know. French should be your second language. It should be your own native language. How the hell you taking pride in speaking French? Parlez-vous français? Get the hell out of here! Like you French. I'm French. Yeah, we like that's some pride in being French. You should take pride in speaking your African language, whether it's Swahili, whether it's Bantu, or whatever it is, man. Okay, Coptic. In Ethiopia they speak Geese. You understand? You should take pride in speaking your African language. But it's that, like I said, is that brainwashing that been involved? The Eurocentric way of life have engulfed the whole entire earth. Okay, the whole earth have been stamped with the beast. The beast stamped everybody with their philosophy. Okay, and put his way of life, his culture, his values in everybody's country. And some people like to talk about, well, Ethiopia never been conquered. Give me a break. The white man influence is in Ethiopia. Okay, the Most High said the Roman Empire was going to stamp the whole entire earth with the residue with his feet and stamp their culture and way of life into all nations of the earth. Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah, it's so crazy that the president of South Africa came here and was basically begging, right? And there was this other African sister that was saying, why can't you guys learn from this man and come together and pull in your resources?
Right. And work together. You coming here to plead with Trump? Trump is only looking out for his interests and for the rich elite rulers and his rich buddies. He's not looking out for your interests. That's why he gangsted Zelensky to go to get Zelensky's rare earth materials from the Ukraine.
Right.
He's not doing it because he loves Zelensky or he's doing it for his own interest. Trump is there for his own political, economical interests and for the rich billionaires.
It was good for him.
That's good for him. That's showing him a lesson. That's showing all you puppet Uncle Tom leaders, you have to stop being puppets and start looking out for the interests of your people. Okay?
That's right.
The days of being puppets are over. You puppets gonna be running for your life. Running. Okay? Because people are sick and tired of it. And mind you, the population of Africa, the generation of Africa is from 20 to 30 years old. That's the population of the people in Africa. Young generation, not the old generation garbage you got no more. They're sick and tired of it. Because Abraham Traoré, he's what, 37 years old? Look at that. 37 years old. And look at the mindset he has for his people. And that's the right mindset you're supposed to have as a leader.
And it shows that all the people just about is tired of it.
They're tired of this Western colonialism oppressing the people, stealing their resources. Got you in poverty, and you have all the resources. I can't understand that, man. You got everything to sustain your nation, and you poor and they're rich.
That don't make no sense.
Make that make sense, man. Yes,
It's not only poverty, the people living in squalor.
squalor.
Have you seen, you know, shanty
Yeah.
towns, to see the homes are made out of
Tin, galvanized and crap like that.
and they're using like you know, like the stacks that you have your
Yeah.
green in, you know, to put into the wall.
Unbelievable, man. You have all the resources, gold, diamonds, you name it, all
Oil.
oil,
They can grow any vegetable.
anything,
any
the
fruit.
best soil.
They got bauxite.
Man, Africa have all the mineral resources and everything that you need. And listen, to make this damn stinking crappy phone, it need the components that come from Africa. Okay? America, Russia, no European nation on the face, China cannot make no cell phone unless they get the components that come from Africa. Yes.
Yeah, this lady, Ilhan Omar, she frequently asks about the murder of Israeli diplomats.
Mm.
She keeps asking her, she don't want to answer. She talks about, she's despicable because she's not with them. She's pro-Palestinian.
She shouldn't answer it. So what? So what if they get killed? They've been killing everybody else and getting away with it. So what? Now because two people you concerned, you want to get justice now because two Israelis got unalive. But how many Palestinians been alive for the last 2 years now? Okay, but it show you how hypocritical and one-sided the justice system is. Okay, I don't give two rats ass. Plain. Okay, because they don't care neither. Yes.
They were talking, I guess it was having to do with one of those Senate committees, and they were talking about, so now you're interested that somebody's dying,
Mhm.
when the black people was dying.
It wasn't no interest.
Yeah, and of course, you know, it had to be German. She
Mhm.
was like, y'all crazy.
Yeah.
It wasn't, he said, so it wasn't a matter of national security when black people were dying.
But now it's a matter of now because whites are dying.
And they're not dying. It's a lie.
Right. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Understand? But it shows you the difference between us and them. Okay. Now the black people in Africa, but all right, they should be doing what they did to them, but they're not doing it. When Mandela took office, he should have booted every last one of them out and take back South Africa. But they didn't do that. They try to reach out and be friends with them. If it was the other way around, that would have never happened. Okay? Shows you the difference between us and them. They don't think like us and they don't act like us. They only believe in themselves, for themselves only, for their self-preservation, for their economics, for their wealth. And don't believe that kind of tell you, well, violence is not the solution. No, that's what they tell you. But they don't practice the same thing. They do the opposite. When they want to get something, they use violence. They send in their military or their special force to get the job done in the name of democracy. Okay? So we don't want to hear that foolishness. That's why when Yahushua comes back with the angels, he's coming to wreak havoc and destruction upon every last one of them. Okay? And we live in the time of great prophecies and great judgment. All right? But I want to start off with a blessing for Israel because it's time for us to heal, to unite, to heal ourselves from our ailments, all our sufferings, because it's time for us to be resurrected and rise. That's why we say, Kwam Yesharala. Okay? Kwam Lama'al Yesharala means rise, Israel. Rise up, Israel. It's time for us to rise up. That's the whole vibration that's going to run through this earth. Okay? And nobody's going to stop that vibration. Okay? So I want to start off with Numbers, the 6th chapter. Zechariah. Numbers, the 6th chapter. Numbers 6:22.
Number 642?
Number 622.
Oh, 22.
622.
Read the book of Numbers, chapter 6, verse 22.
Mhm.
And the Lord Most High spake unto Moses, saying,
Mhm.
Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them,
So this is what I want to do. That's the first thing I want to proceed out of my lips. I want blessings for Israel because we need those blessings. We need those barakium upon Yasha'Allah. Ayel lama'al Yasha'Allah. All right? Barakium. Okay? In the Hebrew. Blessings. Kaya, Kyle, Yasha'Allah. Okay? Go ahead.
The Lord Most High bless thee and keep thee. The Lord Most High make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee.
See? And we want the Most High to, on this wise, to bless the children of Israel, say unto them, the Most High bless you and keep you in his path, to walk in his path. All right? To keep you, all right? And to make his face to shine upon you, all right? And be gracious unto you. That's what you want the Most High to do. So he could be gracious upon you, all right? Go ahead.
The Lord Most High lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace.
And give you peace, because the peace of the Most High is the greatest peace. The peace that the Most High gives you is the peace of healings, blessing, and strength, not the peace of the world. It's a peace, bro. That's garbage. When Yahweh came to the disciples, what did he say unto them when he met them? He said, Shalom lakam, peace I leave unto you. My peace I leave unto you. That peace was that blessing. He saluted them with that peace and that blessing. All right? Shalom means peace. It's a salute. Okay? It's a great reverence, man. When you meet a brother and you say shalom, you blessing them from all sincerity and from the spirit of the Most High, not feignedly. Shalom. Shalom lakam. Peace to you. Right? Read that verse again.
The Lord Most High lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace.
Mhm.
And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them.
And that's what we want the Most High to do, to bless us. All right? The blessings of the Most High are the greatest things, those blessings. Because what we live in under now are the curses, not the blessings. So now we have to raise our standards now to receive those blessings that the Most High have for us. And those blessings are coming. We have to walk in them now. Okay? I want to get a scripture where Yahweh, when he came to the disciples, he said, peace. I think
John
it's
14:27. They read that at my father's funeral. Yep.
Well, it was John. It was John.
My peace I give unto you.
Yes.
John 14:27. I'm not
Right.
mistaken. I'll never forget what his funeral. I'm at his homegrown service, not his funeral. Homegrown service. He just sleep.
Start from the 25th verse.
Yeah. 25th. All right.
Mhm.
Read the book of John, chapter 14, verse 25. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you.
I'll tell you what. You know what? Go back up. Start from read the 23rd verse.
Read the book of John, chapter 14, verse 23. Yahweh answered and said unto him, If a man love me, he will keep my words,
Mhm.
and my Father will love him,
Mhm.
and we will come unto him and make our abode with him.
Mhm.
He that loveth me not, he that loveth me not, keepeth not my sayings.
Mhm.
And the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me.
See what Yahweh said? He said, but the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. So right there, he's showing you that he's not God himself.
That's right.
He is the Son of the Most High coming down to represent the Most High.
That's right.
people miss that key factor right there. He said, the words that I speak is not mine, but the Father that sent me. He came in representation of the Father. He is not the Most High. He is a son of the Most High. All right? Yes.
Because people want to believe in that Trinity stuff,
Right.
and they don't want to get the Most High his honor and his props.
And it's all because of white supremacy
Christianity.
white supremacist Christianity have run prevalent throughout the earth that have indoctrinated the minds of the people. That's what all it is. White Eurocentric Christianity false doctrine. They have subdued the earth. That's all it is. Okay, continue.
Ben,
Yes.
and in times past, they didn't know how to read, but now they don't want to read.
They don't want to read because they have plenty access to read. You understand? The young generation today have access to everything, but they spend more time talking foolishness, texting foolishness, watching TikTok, want to be an idiot, a fool. This young generation sickens me. I'm sick and tired of seeing them, man. Okay? The only thing they're good for is just foolishness. You try to talk to them about something, it's yo, son, you're my father. Shut your stupid self up. I don't even want to talk with them, man. When I see them, I just like an anger comes over me, man. Like the Most High said, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. A lot of them was born in vain just to die, man. Okay? They just setting up their cannon fodder just to be put to sleep. Okay? They don't want no righteous instruction. All they want to do is give me money, give me that so I could do this, so I could do that. Give me so I could get the latest. What's the new phone out now? The Apple, some what? 17, some foolishness. That's all they want. Okay? They ain't about nothing constructive, man. Okay? But that's the future. That's our future, man. That's crazy, man. That's our future. But see, that came because of what? The brainwashing and the socializing of our society by the Eurocentric way of life. That's all it is, man. That brainwashing, that social construct that we put upon us. Okay? And it's time to break those shackles, man. Break it. Continue.
Read that book of John, chapter 14, verse 25. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you.
Mm-hmm.
But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit,
Mm-hmm.
whom the Father will send in my name.
See what he said? Whom the Father will send in my name. It's coming from the Father, and it's going to come in his name. He came to represent the Father. He said, I came down not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. That's what he came to do. He said, what I see the Father do, that's what I do. All right? In Corinthians, Paul laid down the order. The order is the Most High, Christ, man, woman, and the children. That's the order. If you can't follow that order, you're off. Continue.
He shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you.
And that's what the Most High is going to do. He's going to bring everything back to our remembrance through the Comforter of the Holy Spirit. The Spirit is what's going to guide us and teach us. Yes, you have teachers, but after you have teachers, now you have to start relying on the Spirit of the Most High to give you instruction. Your teacher is your first basic instruction. You got to have teachers. I don't need no teacher. Shut the hell up. You need teacher. Okay? You need teachers. Okay? When a child goes to school, does he learn by himself? No, he has a teacher that teaches him. You have a schoolmaster, a school that lays down and teach you the fundamentals. Then in life, when you start to grow, you start gaining momentum and experience through the spirit of things. Yes.
That's the problem with a lot of these young camps. They don't have any teachers.
No, teachers. You need teachers. I had teachers. Yes, Caleb.
The queen of Ethiopia had a eunuch, and when You know the verse.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could
Right.
elaborate on that.
Everybody need a teacher until you get to that level. Then after a while, you start to learn things on your own. The Spirit starts to teach you things. But don't tell me the crap. I don't need no teacher. I teach myself. Shut the hell up, man. Okay?
That's what he said, Ben. How can I know this unless a man teach me?
Right. Unless someone teach me. Okay? The prophets had students. And look at Jeremiah. Who was Baruch?
He's right.
He was the understudy to Jeremiah. He was Jeremiah's mouthpiece with Jeremiah. He wrote down. He was learning from Jeremiah. He was a scribe. You understand? Elisha under Elijah. Every great teacher comes up under a teacher before you become a great leader. Look at Malcolm X. Did Malcolm X have a teacher? Yes. And he surpassed his teacher and became a better than his teacher. Malcolm X made the Nation of Islam. Okay? Even though it was founded by Elijah Muhammad, but it was Malcolm X. Because Malcolm X had more experience than Elijah Muhammad. He had more integrity too.
More passion too.
That's right.
And more passion.
Right? Elijah Muhammad didn't go through what Malcolm X went through, but Malcolm X recognized that. But he didn't take that for and boast of himself. He knew Elijah Muhammad was his teacher, but because Malcolm X was out there in the world, he was a pimp. He was selling drugs. He was running wild. He went to jail. He got experience, and then he was learned in jail. And when he came out, he was sincere and dedicated. He was sincere. Malcolm was a sincere brother. And I love Malcolm X, man. He was a sincere brother. Okay? And he loved his people too. Malcolm X loved his people, man. You understand? And that's what you need. You have to love your people, man. You can't want to be living above your people and don't give a damn about your people. Don't care about your people. You living in lavish house, expensive cars. You got everything and your people suffering. Nah, it ain't supposed to be like that. You're supposed to look out for your people.
And then they use their own people.
And you're using your own people, pimping and exploiting them. All right? Got the friggin' Europeans coming there and robbing them of their wealth, what belongs to them. Okay? But that crap is going to stop. It's going to stop. Yes.
One thing we know that out of all the Malcolm X stood for Justice, justice.
That's right.
Yeah, like
You
yeah,
understand? And Malcolm was going to take his case, not just he was going to take it to the UN and to the World Court for what? Not just for civil rights, but for what? Human rights. Because civil rights, you could change it and flip it over, change it, make rules. But when it comes to human rights, you got to step carefully when it comes to your human rights. Because human rights is something that you were born with. Nobody don't give you no human rights. Okay? But they could give you civil rights and take it away anytime, like Trump is doing now. That orange mutant. Okay? Continue reading on.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 27. Peace I leave with you.
See what Yahweh Shai said? Peace I leave with you. And that peace came straight from the heart, spirit. That was a sincere peace he left with his disciples, not the peace of the world. Read on, read again.
Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world gives.
See what he said? Not as the world giving, because the peace of the world is fake, is phony, is false. But the peace that he left his disciples came straight from the Most High, from the Most High to him, to his disciples. Okay? That's the peace of the true spirit of love and unity and brotherhood. Continue.
Give I Yahweh Shai unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.
I said, so he said, don't let your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. We can't be afraid in these last days. We got to stand boldly. Boldly. Okay? Scripture said, be faithful unto death. That's a hard thing to true, right? But that's the reality of it. We got to be faithful unto death. And let me get that scripture to Revelation. All right. Finish reading now. Read 28.
John chapter 14, verse 28. Ye have heard now, I said unto you, I go away and come again
So
unto
Yahweh
you.
Shai said, I go away and I am going to come again. He's going to come again. All right. Go ahead.
If ye love me, ye would rejoice because I said, I go unto the Father.
Oh my. See that right there? He said, I go unto the Father. So if he's God, why he's going to the Father? You understand? So he's going to himself. He said, I go to the Father. He said, because my Father is greater than me. My Father that sent me is greater than me. Continue reading on.
For my Father is greater than I.
He's telling you right there. He's just telling you right there. My Father is greater than me. He is the Son. He is not God.
He's not the God.
But he represents the Most High. If you want to see what the Most High look like, that's you saw it in Yahweh Shai. That's the physical embodiment. That's what he told Philip. He that have seen me have seen the Father. Because I am looking just like the Father. I represent the Father. I talk like him. I do what he does. I'm the splendid image of what he represents.
Best representation.
Like chip off the old block.
That's it. You want to see the best representation of what the Most High look like? Look at Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Let's go back and read it what he told Philip. Go to the 14th chapter, 14:1.
Same book, right?
Same book.
Yeah. Read out the book of John, chapter 14, verse 1.
Start from the 7th verse.
The book of John.
Start from the 6th verse.
The book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. Yahweh
You know
Shai.
what? Start from the first verse.
It's all good. I know that's all so good. What?
Yeah.
You can't, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Read the book of John, chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled.
See, that goes for our people. Don't let your heart be troubled in these days. Because you see Trump doing what he's doing. He's going to do what he has because he's the devil. He's the wicked. That's what they do. That's what the wicked do. They manifesting that they're the wicked. Anybody that say, oh, Mr. Trump is a good president, you're a Tom. You're a traitor. The man is the wicked. He's supposed to do what he's doing. He's not going to do what's right for you. He's the wicked. Let him do what he is doing until the Most High gets rid of him. He's playing his part. Continue.
Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me.
See what Yahweh Shai said? You believe in the Most High, believe also in me. So that cuts a lot of Old Testament too. I don't believe in no middle man. I just believe in God only. You suckers. You just Old Testament only. I don't believe there's no Messiah. Read that verse again.
John chapter 14, verse 2. Verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High power, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
No, what does that mean now? Yahweh Shai said, in my Father's house are many mansions. What is he talking about? Right, the kingdom. The kingdom. He's not talking out there, you're going to go out there and live out there in no mansion. All right? The kingdom is going to be brought down here on earth. That's why it says in our Father prayer, our Father who are in heaven, thy kingdom come, which will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The kingdom is coming down here on earth. All right? But what John was seeing was a representation of it in the spiritual realm coming down to the earth. Just like when the Most High told Moses to make the Ark of the Covenant and the different stuff, It was a representation of what was in the spiritual realm. And that's what Solomon did. When he made the physical temple, it was a spiritual representation of what's in the spiritual realm to be brought down here. When you have an idea, where does it come from?
Spirit.
From your spirit, from your mind. And then you do what?
Manifest.
Then you manifest it in the physical. Just like an artist. An artist go picture or see something in his mind, like, and then eventually he draws it. And you're like, wow, where you get that from? Then he'll say, my inspiration. Like most musicians. Where you came up with that song from? Inspiration. Just like Buju Banton when he made that song, when he made that famous song. All right? He said he got inspired when he made that song. All right? A lot of singers get inspired by some of the songs that they sing. Now, some get inspired by Satan. Now, some get inspired by the Most High too. Right? Depend on what spirit they're dealing on. Because, like I said, the music industry have been tampered. It has been blindsided by evil spirits.
Exactly.
Yes.
All music is great. All the music is great. The melodies are great. It's the lyrics.
The lyrics
The lyrics.
that they put out. You understand? Because what makes you move to music?
The words. I told people back, they used to say the
rhythm.
beat,
The
the
beat,
rhythm,
the
all
rhythm.
of that.
Right.
The words, all of that.
And the words eventually,
Word, yeah.
when you hear the words.
Yeah.
But when notice with James Brown. When James Brown started his music, what caught you first?
The beat.
The beat.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, hit it. Pump, 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 pump,
Get it.
bang. Right? And that drum's kicking, then you start hearing the words,
Yes,
hit
sir.
it. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah.
Then James Brown said, you gotta get them on the
One.
That first beat. You gotta get 'em.
Yeah. You understand?
Always on the
That music, the vibration, the rhythm. You understand? Okay. Even Marshall Montano tell you so. Marshall Montano. All right. His music. Any musician, calypsonian, reggae, when they hit you, when that rhythm hit you and that beat, and you hear that drums and that bass, you understand? That drums carry a strong vibration too. That's the power of the drums, the Congo drum, the percussion, right? Yehowadah, you know that, right? All right, and even the trumpet, that trumpet and that trombone, even the guitar. When that guitar is being strummed, the guitar is a representation of what? The harp. The guitar is a representation of the harp. You understand? And when you strum that guitar and you pluck those notes, man, you could hear the resonation, vibration of it, man. Okay? Curtis Mayfield, when he played that guitar, you could hear it, man. All right? Who was a famous guitarist? Jimi Hendrix. What did he do with that guitar? He made it talk. He played what? The national anthem with that guitar, right? He made that thing talk. What? He strummed that thing, and he was bad, man. Okay, so music has a powerful vibration, but it's the beat, the notes, all right, and the recording of it. And you know who was another genius when he came to putting out rhythm and notes and sound? Guess who? Miles Davis. And guess who? Quincy Jones. Yes, yes. Go ahead. Prince. He was praised to Curtis Mayfield. Stevie Wonder. Go ahead. And who else?
All of them.
Michael Jackson. But he died maybe about 12 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. He's a Drake too. Marvin Gaye was good. Y'all know.
She said Ray Charles.
Ray Charles too. But he was famous for arranging music and notes and everything. He was good too. Y'all know when I say y'all, oh yeah. I'll give you a hint. His last name begins with an H. Okay, his first name began with an I, and his last name ended with an Isaac Hayes.
I would get it.
Isaac Hayes.
What?
Isaac Hayes. Yep. Yep, that dude was a bad dude, man. Isaac Hayes. They said, man, when he recorded, man, and he arranged his songs and the music, man, the white man said they have never seen nothing like that. And he, man, Isaac Hayes, Barry White too. His nickname, Isaac Hayes.
It was
I don't remember. Black
there you go.
Moses, right,
There you go,
Black
B.
Moses.
That's it. That
Black
came to
Moses,
me. I got
right.
the album.
You understand? Yeah.
You know what? One thing, what Isaac Hayes, when he said, talking about, he said, when Mom used to take us to Sunday school, taught us the 10 Commandments. That's in that song. I think it's Guilty of one of them. Yeah. He said, Mom taught us the 10 Commandments.
Yep.
Grandma. Yeah.
So music, it has a moving effect. And the Most High likes music.
Yeah.
Because what David played the harp, right?
Mhm.
It
So,
has
A spiritual aspect to it.
that if you, they call jazz musicians God.
God's, yeah. You understand?
yeah.
Yeah. Music is used. Remember, the Most High said, the shofar. What was the shofar used for?
What's that again?
What was the shofar used for?
Shofar?
To assemble the people. So different sounds of the shofar let you know what every sound meant. Whether it's for war, whether it's to assemble the people. You understand? So every sound you blew from the shofar, it had a resonating sound to let you know what every sound represent. You understand? The trumpet. Right, you understand? So music was a moving force that was used by the Most High. All right, and that's why he set up the Levites to set up an orchestra. All right, and the Levites was a bad dude, man. When they played that music, man, when they sung, all right, and David set up and Solomon set up the orchestra, man, and we sung to the Most High, man. It was something else, man.
That's why they don't promote jazz the way they should.
Right,
Because jazz is so on a
high level, right?
that and it's hard for Esau to get it. I mean, he's got it written down now where he
could play it, right?
He can play it.
Right.
But they were amazed that Jake had no schooling. He didn't know how to read music, but he would come out with all this
Straight from the spirit, man.
Straight
From the spirit. You understand? Yeah, Theologous Monk. Yeah, Theologous Monk. You know, I'm something I was gonna say to and notice when you play music that's fitting and right for the spirit, notice your dress code. Notice your dress code. But when you play that low level nigga music, notice the dress code. Hats hanging down, your drawers showing, naked. But when you play music of high caliber, your dress code, everything is different. It's totally different.
They got everybody stuck on a low frequency.
Low frequency.
Frequency brings about your behavior.
Right.
So that they got us stuck on that minus. Well, I don't know what it is, but
Is that low frequency vibration, man? Because when you go back in the 70s, right, and you look at all the groups that came out from the 70s, right? Look at their dress code. You see the Manhattans, man, the Delphonics, the Stylistics, the OJs, the Temp. Oh my goodness, man, these guys are decked out, man. At the fro, stepping in style, man, moving like gosh, man. The music, the message, like damn, man, that music is done. It ain't coming back until the kingdom, man. Okay, this generation, maybe you might have one or two that might pick up from it, but the majority of this generation, man, on a low frequency, man. A low frequency. They busted, man. You know? Yes.
But it's the execs, they don't want it.
No, they don't want it.
This musician music, he has a song named Love, but he said when he wrote it, it was named God. But they told him he's not going to be able to release it. So he had to literally change every time he say God to love. Wow. And then they released it.
See? But now they don't want that vibration. But now these young record label singers and producers, they have their vibe where they could create their own now. They don't need to go to no big major studio. They could do their own and bring forth their own righteous music. You understand? They have to go back and learn from the elders, from the older generation. They can't rely on this young generation to teach them. Okay? Now, the young generation is needed now. They need it for the strength. all right, for the youth, the energy. But they need that older generation to guide and mold them, man. You know I say that's what the Most High said. I call you young men because you're strong. You got the energy. A young man could go out there and fight and run and do this. I can't do that no more. You understand? I could only instruct them. You understand? Now maybe I could keep up to a certain degree, but not the way they could keep up. You understand? You understand? But I could still show an example and show them how. You understand? If they're willing to learn. But most of these young generation don't want to learn nothing from the older generation. They figure, I got it, me, this me. I don't need nobody. That's the wrong mentality. You understand? That's why we're in this condition as a people. Because everybody got egos, nobody wants to listen. Everybody about me, I could do it. I don't give a damn. I made it. You got to do it. That's the mindset of our people today. Nobody looks up for the next generation. But that's going to change. Right? Abraham Troy. And he's a perfect example of that. I have to give it to him, man. I have to. Kudos to the brother, but I have to give it to him. Kudos, man. Kudos. And that's the spirit of a righteous man. I have to give it to him, brother. I can remember when I was 37, man. Shoot, man. That's great. That's great, man. You got to give. Ain't nothing you could say evil against what that brother is doing. Then you had the Uncle Tom in the military was saying, oh, he's trying to gather all the gold for himself. You Uncle Tom, step fetch, good Negro for the white man. I'm telling you, man. But you have to give props to where props is due. Because that's a rare thing to see that. Of a lot of these African leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? It's few of them. But the majority of them don't do that stuff, man. And he's a prime example of Sankara that was before him. Right. He is doing the same thing, and I think he's going to achieve more than what Sankara achieved. All right? Yes.
The president of Liberia who they killed was trying to put the dollars together in Africa.
Oh, you mean Gaddafi? Gaddafi, yeah. Gaddafi too, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you see the video this week that said that the United States came to him and France talking about, oh, we could help you do this. He's like, no.
No. Yeah, no, you don't need that. No, you don't need you. He doesn't need, listen, but
we can do it ourselves.
But I'm gonna show you something too. What a lot of people don't understand and realize what's happening too now. See, that's why when you understand the Bible and the mystery of the Bible, you understand what's going on. Because I want to show a video. Now, what's taking place now is an alignment with Russia and China and North Korea, which is what? Gog and Magog. It's lining up for Gog and Magog. Because remember the scripture said Gog and Magog is going to be a guide to who? Iran, Libya, and those African nations. A lot of African nations are going to be in alliance with Russia. Okay, that's why you see China. Now, North Korea just recently sent 700 commanded troops there. See, that's what I was telling people. North Korea, Vietnam, South Korea, China is not Moab and Ammon. They're not. You understand? China is also part of Gog and Magog. Okay? A lot of people gonna find out. That's why a lot of people might not like what I'm saying. They're like, no, Banyaman, no, Chinese are Moabites. No, you're gonna see, brother. You're gonna see that China is part of Gog and Magog. That's in alliance with Russia. Okay, North Korea too. North Koreans, South Koreans, they're all part of Gog and Magog. Okay, China, North Korea, South Korea, Vietnam, all of them are all Japhetic. All Japhetic. Okay, that's going to be an alliance with Russia. Okay, I'm going to show you that too. Okay, because I know a lot of people still want to say that China is Moab and the Japanese is Ammon, but I'm going to show you that that's not so. Okay, but where was I?
John 14, verse 2. Read that
Okay,
again. Or?
Okay, let's go back to that. I went all the way around the world, man. Oh,
The
man.
corpus good.
Oh, man. Let me get back to this here. All right. All right. Let me come back. Let me come back home to the scriptures now. All right. Go ahead.
Read the book of John, chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High, believe also in me.
Mhm.
In my Father's house are many mansions.
All right. So Yahweh Shai said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. Okay. There's going to be a lot of mansions for us in the future. Okay. We're not going to live in squalor poverty no more. Okay. Every man's going to have his own mansion. Okay. Your own castle. Your own abode. Okay.
We'll have a slave too?
If you want to, it's your choice. Yes, your choice. If you want Trump, you want Bush, whoever you want, any of those elites you want for your slave. Okay, I'm gonna have some of them, most are willing, because they got to pay. They got to pay, man. They got to pay. They ain't just gonna walk around scot-free like that. No, they got to pay. Okay, go ahead.
In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
And Yahweh is going to prepare a place for us. Okay, go ahead.
And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again.
He said, I will come again. That's future. And he is coming again. Continue.
And receive you unto myself.
And he's going to receive them unto himself. That's why he said, I will no more drink of the fruit of the vine until I drink it new with you again in the kingdom. And that's a promise. And Yahweh will never break his promise. That's a promise. And he's going to drink that wine new with us in the kingdom. Oh my goodness, man. Could you imagine that, man? You drink that wine, man, you like, woo!
One sip.
One sip. You go like, woo, what is this? You go, man, it's going to revitalize your whole senses, man. You're going to feel like, where it's been all this time. You understand? We're going to really taste what wine is really wine, man. Okay? What we've been drinking here now? Garbage. Garbage. We're going to save the best for last in the kingdom, man. Okay? And then don't tell me it's going to be grape. It's not grape juice. This is going to be real wine. If you want to drink grape juice, you can have grape juice. But it's going to be the fruit of the vine, the wine, baby. Okay? Okay? Because that's what Yahweh Shai drank. That's what the disciples drank. That's what all of us drank. Wine. Okay? Now, grape juice was good too. If you're not around with grape juice, but wine was a pastime for us, man. All right? The scripture said, money answereth all things. Wine, it said, feast was made, and wine was made to make one glad. Oh, hold that real quick. Go to Ecclesiastes 10:19. Ecclesiastes, and come back right here quick. Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 10:19.
That book Ecclesiastes. Chapter 10, verse 19. A feast is made for laughter.
See, a feast is made for laughter. All right. When you have a feast, you laugh, you have a good time, your belly is full, you talk things, you have bring up good times, the things you have done, your success. All right, go ahead.
And wine make it merry.
See, you don't have no feast without wine, okay? You have that wine to make you merry. Wine makes you merry, makes you nice. You know, they say, I feel nice. That's what wine does. It makes you feel nice. It gives you a natural high. Okay, go ahead.
But money answereth all things.
But money answereth all things. All right. Okay, so go back to
John.
Are we allowed to drink wine now?
when?
Now,
Yeah, you can drink wine when we finish. Yeah.
because I have a neighbor said that you are not supposed to be drinking wine right now.
What? Who?
Only when the kingdom comes.
Nah. No, I got go to First Timothy. Go to First Timothy. Go to First Timothy. No, you see, people need to stop that, man. People need to stop that, man. They need to stop that, man. People need to stop. They need to stop that, man. Go to First Timothy 5 and 23. All right? We need to stop that, man. Yeah.
We got a First Timothy chapter 5, verse 23.
Stop on 22. Yeah, 23. Yeah. Mhm.
The book of First Timothy chapter 5, verse 23. Drink no longer water.
No, he's not saying you can't drink water now. Okay? Okay, go ahead.
But use a little wine for thy stomach's sake and thine often infirmities.
So you see that? Wine helps with infirmity in the stomach when you have issues with the stomach and stomach. It's good for your circulation. It's good for your blood. You understand? Red wine. Even Esau, the doctors tell you red wine is good. It's good. Okay? And when you go on a date with a woman too, red wine is good too. Let me hit you with something too. All right? All right? It makes a woman feel good. It makes you feel good. All right? It blends the combination for the what's next. All right? All right? All right? Sounds good, right?
It's good.
All right. So we could drink wine, man. All right. Ain't nothing wrong in drinking wine. But okay, let me show you another scripture too. Let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus, let me show you right here.
31:27.
Yes, sir.
So what?
Yes, sir.
So what, 27?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Start from 25. 31, 25.
31.
31st chapter, the 25th verse.
Yeah. That book of Apocrypha, chapter 31, verse 25. Show not thy valiantness in wine.
What does that mean? Don't show how
Right.
bad you are now because you drunk wine.
Valiant.
Don't show how much you're a badass you are because you drunk some wine. Yeah.
Yeah, I just Googled definition. It says brave.
Yeah. A badass now. You brave now. You drunk some wine. All right.
They call that beer muscle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead.
For wine hath destroyed many.
See, for wine have destroyed many. All right. Remember the scripture says it also in Proverbs 2. It said, I think it's in Proverbs 16. It says, wine is a mocker, and strong drink is raging. Find that scripture for me too. I think it's in Proverbs 16 or either 18. It said, wine is a mocker and strong drink is raging. All right, so continue reading that.
Verse 26. The furnace proveth the edge by dipping. So doth wine the hearts of the proud by drunkenness.
Mhm.
Wine is as good as life to a man.
See, wine is as good as life to a man. Life without wine, okay, it's not good. Okay, go ahead.
If it be drunk moderately,
See, it has to be drunk moderately. You can't be just drinking just for the sake of just to get drunk, and that's all you do. Every time I see you, a wino on the corner, just drinking. How you doing? No, your life ain't supposed to be about being a wino. Okay, go ahead.
what life is then so a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad.
And wine was made to make you glad. It makes you happy. Okay, go ahead.
Wine measurably drunk and in season
See,
bringeth
and in season, measurably drunk and in season.
There's a time for it.
All right, bless you. All right, go ahead.
See, wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind.
And cheerfulness of the mind. All right, go ahead.
But wine drunken with excess make it bitterness
With
of the
excess.
mind.
But you drink wine in excess. You overdo it. You overindulge. You become an alcoholic. Morning you're drinking up early. Nighttime you're drinking. Daytime you're drinking. Every time I see you, what you got there? Oh, no bottle, man. No. All right, go ahead.
We're brawling and quarreling.
And that's what it does. It brings brawling and quarreling. All right, go ahead.
Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend.
Mhm,
It diminisheth strength and make it wounds.
mhm.
Rebuke not thy neighbor at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth.
Mhm.
Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink.
Right. If a person already had enough, don't call. Okay, drink some more. Take one more for the road. No, you don't do that. Take one more for the road, man. Go ahead, man. No. If a person already tipsy, that's it. Don't keep telling. Okay, man, pick up another one. You're a big man, man. Hey, look, man, fill up the glass. No, you don't do that. All right. I got scripture in Proverbs, right? Who found it?
20 and 1.
20. Read it. That's right. Proverbs 20:1.
Yep. Now the book of
Proverbs 20.
Proverbs,
Mhm.
chapter 20, verse 1. Wine is a mocker.
See, wine is a mocker. Wine will make a mockery of you. Okay, go ahead.
Strong drink is raging.
And what is the strong drink? Liquor, hard liquor. All right, corn liquor. All right, moonshine, the stuff that the real expensive stuff. All right, cognac.
Remy,
All right, Remy, VSOP,
Tennessee.
Hennessy. You understand? You could drink those things, but you don't indulge and overdo it. You drink it in season. You sip it. You know what I mean? It's good. Yeah. All right. Read it again. Finish reading that. Finish read 20. Yeah.
Yep. Wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise.
See, and if you're deceived by that, you're not wise. All right. So everything is a balance and a season. All right. You got some Yawasap?
This Isaiah 5:11.
Right.
It says, woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink that continue until night, till wine and flavor.
And that's what our people do. Get up early. First thing they do. Did you eat? No, I ain't hungry, man. I just want me a drink, man. That's the first thing. Drinking early in the morning. Right? Nighttime, you're doing the same thing until they inflame with liquor, until their liver, everything is destroyed, until you're no good for nothing no more. All right? So everything has to be done in moderation, in seasonal. All right? You don't overdo it. All right? Even pepper. Pepper is good too. All right? Cayenne pepper. Even the Jamaican pepper, the Scotch bonnet. You understand? But you don't use it every day. You use it to enhance your food.
Right.
Because you use it every day, it's going to eventually burn up your inside and destroy your system. So everything has to be in a balance. Right? Yeah, you just can't abuse everything. All right? You know what I mean? But pepper is good. But some people like the pepper hot, like you can't feel the tongue no more. That don't even make no sense, man. It's so hot, you put it next to your eyes, it burn up your eyes. Yeah, your nose running like woo. No. You understand? You put enough pepper just to enhance the food. You understand? Just like black pepper, you don't use a lot of black pepper neither, just a little bit to enhance the food. Right? Because the Most High tells you the basic things you need for your food. Right? You need salt in your food. Some people say, don't put no salt in my food. Man, put some salt in my food, but don't put it where it gets salty. All right? You need salt. Yeah, you need salt in your body. Yeah.
You know, when you have like a lot of medical situations where you got, the first thing they do is inject you with salt.
Yeah, saline, yeah,
First thing they do is
Yeah.
the system with salt.
yeah.
So salt is good.
Yeah, how should I say? Have salt in yourself. Let your words be flavored with salt. All right? Yes.
Because the salt helps you to absorb it, because a lot of people drink a lot of water and they're always going to the bathroom. It's because you need to put salt in the water before you ingest it so it can penetrate your cell. Because if you don't have any salt, it won't penetrate the cell and it'll just flush right out.
Right. You understand? Yes. Yes.
Is that true that salt is used as a preservative?
Yes. Yes. Salt and preservative. Preservative. Right. Yeah, you used to salt your food. Put salt. My great grandma used to do that. Salt. Corn is salted and preserve it. Yeah. Just like in Iran back in 1990, in Iran, they were working in a mine and they find some bodies that was in a salt mine, and the whole body, everything was intact, preserved. The liver, the colon, everything, the hair, everything was intact, preserved. And that happened during the time of Darius, during his empire. And they found the body. They found about 2 more bodies. The face, the hair, everything intact. Liver, heart, everything is intact because the salt had it preserved. It was buried in a salt mine.
Wow.
You understand? So
Yeah,
salt,
but you
yeah,
have to know the difference in these days. Sodium is not salt.
right,
You have to have the amount of salt of sea salt.
right, yeah,
Citrus salt.
right, right,
So that's why they say be careful, because canned food has sodium in it.
Mhm.
And it's a preservative.
right.
So that's why canned food almost never goes bad, because it's got sodium.
Sodium,
But you can't have too much of it.
right, can't too much, right,
You wash it, you wash it.
yeah.
Another thing too, Ben,
Mhm.
when you go to the sea, if you have a wound or
Yeah.
a cut,
It heals it, it cleans it, heals it, yep, heals it up, yeah, yep,
Salt water.
yeah. That's why the Most High have the salt sea over there in Israel. That salt sea, you can't swim it, well, you could swim in it,
You can't drown.
but you can't drown in it. You float, you can't drink it. You go in it, you float automatically. Now, see, the Most High is so good. The Most High put the salt sea there as a what? 2 things he put the salt sea there
For
for.
healing, one, purposes somewhat.
Healing purposes, yes, uh-huh.
I know.
But what was the first purpose there for? He said healing, but the salt sea is there for a national and a spiritual and a physical purpose.
No.
It's there for a landmark, a geographical landmark, because the Most High tells you, where is Israel? Between the Mediterranean Sea and the Dead Sea. That's the boundaries, the landmark. So if somebody tells you Israel is down in South Africa, they have to show you where's the Salt Sea. You see?
So
See how the
give you-
Most High put the boundaries? Those are the boundaries. Israel is right in between the Salt Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. South of Israel is the Salt Sea. South of Israel is Masada. South of Israel is the land of Edom. South of Israel is Jordan, the land of Moab and Ammon. All right? So boundaries and landmarks is put there for a reason. So in case people want to get stupid and tell you, well, this is not there, this is there. The Most High tells you where the land of Israel is situated, between the Dead Sea, which is called the Salt Sea, the Mediterranean, and the Euphrates. That's the way it is. So when you say it's down in South Africa, then you have an agenda. Something is not adding up. When you say the land of Canaan is in South Africa, something is not adding up. Because there's no Salt Sea in South Africa. There's no Mediterranean Sea in South Africa. There's no Euphrates River in South Africa. Okay? And that's what's being pushed and taught now. Okay? Yes.
So it give you a sense of direction too, right? Of
A
course, yeah,
sense of
exactly. Yeah.
geographical landmarks
Landmark
and
to help you,
directions.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
because let me show. Let's finish reading this here. Yes, yes, yes.
First Ezra 3:17.
Right. Read that.
It's in the Apocrypha, no? No. Extra in the Bible.
You got it, Mike?
You got it?
You got it, Mike?
Yeah,
Okay, come up here and read. Come up here and read so you can be hearing the camera.
Here's the book of Ezra, chapter 3, verse 17. And he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writing. Then began the first, who had spoken of the strength of wine, verse 18. And he said, thus, O ye men, how exceedingly strong is wine. It causes all men to err that drink it. Verse 19. It maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one, of the bondman and of the free man, of the poor man and of the rich man. Verse 20. It turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that the man remembereth neither sorrow nor death. Verse 21. And it maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and it maketh to speak all things by talents. Verse 22. And when they are in their cups, they forget their love both to friends and brethren, and a little after drawing out swords. Verse 23. But when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done. Verse 24. O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had so spoken, he held his peace.
All right. See? All right. Okay, so that's what I'm wine so far. So let's go back to St. John 14 chapter. All right. St. John 14. And then I want to show you some of the boundaries too. And then I want to show that tape with Abraham Troy and North Korea sent 700 commanded troops to Burkina Faso. All right, so we left on St. John 14 and what verse?
We finished that verse 3. I'll read 3 again. Which one want me to read?
Certain
3, 4.
Read the
Last time I read was 14 too.
read the third verse again.
Yeah. Read book of John, chapter 14, verse 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whether I go, ye know, and the way ye know. Thomas said unto him, Lord, other one, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
So Yahushua said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, he's the only one. Okay, go ahead.
No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
See, but I thought he was God. He said, no man cometh unto the Father but by me. He's telling you, you can't come to the Most High unless you have to go through him. All right, read that verse again.
John chapter 14, verse 6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
He's the truth and he's the life. Go ahead.
No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
You can't come to the Father but by through him. That's the only way. You can't go around. You can't go through the back door. If you go through the back door, you come in as a thief, a robber. You have to come through the straight door, the straight gate. All right, go ahead.
If ye had known me, you should have known my Father
So this,
also.
this the good part here now. Yahweh said, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. Go ahead.
And from henceforth ye know him and have seen him.
So now, Peter like, what? We never seen God before. God never manifested himself to us. But Yahushua was picking his brain to see how deep he is. All right, go ahead.
Philip said unto him, Lord, honor one, show us the Father, and he sufficeth us. Yahushua said unto him, I have been so long time with you.
You missed something.
Oh boy. Philip said unto him, Lord, honor one, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me? Philip, he that has seen me has seen the Father.
So what he said, you see me, you see the Father. You see me, you see the Most High. I am what he represents. I look like him. I talk like him. I do everything that he wants. Nothing different. Continue.
And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do.
That's what I want to do. That's my agenda. That's what I want to do. And that's not impossible. Yahweh said he did great works, and we're gonna do greater works, man. So that's what we all should be striving for, to do greater works than what Yahweh did. Because Yahweh said, greater works we're gonna do than what he did. And mind you, Yahweh did a lot of great works. Yes, my God.
Some of those works is today. Because back then, those people know they were there doing it.
Right.
But now, big people don't know that.
Right.
We got to drill them all the time.
Yeah.
Do greater work.
So we got to step up our game now. Our gameplay have to step up greater now, man. All right. Read that verse again.
Read the book of John, chapter 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you.
And what does he mean when he said verily, verily? What does that mean? Truly. Listen. Check. Yo, it's a serious talk here, man. This ain't no bull drive. This is serious talk I'm telling you right now. All right? Check this out, man. All right? Go ahead.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do.
See it? And greater works. Hey, imagine that, man. Go ahead.
Because I go unto my Father.
Because he go unto the Father. Okay? Now, I want to show, what time is it now? Time moving so fast, boy. Wow. Wow. I didn't even get to the crux of my class, but all right, but it's all right. Sometime, all right. I want to show them. Go to Numbers, the 34th chapter. I just want to show this point here. But before you go to Numbers, go to Zephaniah. Go to Zephaniah 1 and 18.
Now, the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
See? So that's how Yahushua is coming back. So all the people that think your gold and silver is going to save you, it's not going to save you. Because all that gold and silver is going to us. It's going to us for our kingdom. All right? Go ahead.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
And you want a speedy riddance? 60 minutes. 60 minutes. 1 hour. 1 hour. All right. Now go to the book. That was it, right?
Yeah, just sorry. Yeah, that
Okay.
was in
Now
there.
go to the book of Numbers, the 34th chapter. I want to show you something. Numbers, the 34th chapter.
The book of Numbers, chapter 34.
And we're going to start from the first verse.
Verse 1. And the Lord Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan.
Okay, now, when you come into the land of Canaan, where was the land of Canaan located geographically?
Between the Red Mediterranean and the Dead Sea.
Right. It's located in northeast Africa, right above Egypt. All right. Northeast Africa, right above Egypt. That's the land of Canaan. The land of Canaan is the land of Israel. Why was it called the land of Canaan?
They settled there before we did.
Right. That right?
But
Yeah.
they wouldn't leave.
Wait, but that's not the question, though. Yeah. Why was it called the land of Canaan?
Because the Canaanites,
Because the Canaanites were the original inhabitants of that land before we possessed it. Who were the Canaanites? Hamites, or what you call Africans. Africans were dwelling in that land. Africans were the first of all nations to expand and take over all lands in the earth, whether in Africa, whether in Asia, whether in Europe. Africans were the first. Now, why do I say that? Who was Nimrod? Specifically, which one? A Cushite. Now, where was the beginning of Nimrod's kingdom? Babylon. And he expanded out. What was Nimrod? What was his nationality? And what was he? A Hamite, but what was his profession? A hunter is what? A conqueror. He conquered nations and took over lands. Okay, Nimrod took over lands all over. Okay, all of Europe were Hamites up in those areas too. Okay, all up in Turkey, Africans were in those areas. Okay, until it started going downwards more into Africa. Okay, so the Canaanites, which were all Hamites, were in the land of Canaan, living in that land. Okay, hold that. Go to Ezekiel, the 16th chapter. I want to show you something. And then also go to the Apocrypha. First, go to the Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. Right, Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, and start from the first verse.
We got a book of Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 1. Well, thine incorruptible spirit is in all things.
See, the Most High incorruptible spirit is in all things. All right, go ahead.
Therefore, chastenest thou them by little, and little that offend.
See, and that's what the Most High did to us. He did to all nations too, but mainly to us. Whenever we messed up, the Most High chastised. He whipped us fast and quick. The Most High didn't play around with us, man. When we screwed up, the Most High whipped our butts. Why? Because we were given the law. We were responsible, and we were held responsible to uphold the duties and the oracles of the Most High. All right? So we should have known better. So the Most High spanked us real quick. Go ahead.
And warningest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness, they may believe on thee, O Lord Adonai. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land.
See? Now, see what it says? What does that say? What do you comprehend from that now?
That we did a takeover.
Yeah, the Canaanites lived in the land.
The Canaanites were in the land. They were the inhabitants of the Holy Land before we got there. Okay, read that verse again.
Apocrypha chapter 12, verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land,
Go ahead.
whom thou hatedest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
What was they doing? Witchcraft. They were doing every evil thing you could think of they was doing. So when we came into the land, the Most High said, destroy them. Why? Because their wickedness had reached the point where the Most High said, now go in and destroy them. But before, the Most High didn't want us to destroy them because their wickedness didn't reach that point. When that wickedness reached that point, the Most High said, go in and kill everything. Because it was justifiable in the sight of the Most High. He gave the orders. We didn't just go and do it on our own. Okay? Read that fourth verse again.
And whom thou hatedest for doing most odious, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices.
And what were the wicked sacrifices they were doing? Sacrificing their children to the gods. Child sacrificing. Still doing it today. Ain't nothing changed. All right, go ahead.
And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feast of blood.
Drinking blood. Okay, still doing that today. Okay, go ahead.
With their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help.
Parents kill their own children, sacrifice their children, all right, to the gods. All right, go ahead.
That the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of the Most High's children.
So the Most High was getting ready to bring us in now. Okay, so he had to get them out the land. He had to root them out the land. Okay, because it wasn't really their land. They took it over. All right, that land was already promised to us, but they said they wasn't going to leave the land. They was going to stay there. Because the Most High gave every nation of people their own lot and inheritance of land. Okay, continue.
Nevertheless, even those thou sparedest as men, and didst send wops, forerunners of thine host, to destroy them by little and little.
So the Most High sent hornets and different insects to destroy them, to push them out. All right, go ahead.
Not that thou wast unable to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts, or with one rough word, but executing by judgments upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation, and that their malice was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed.
So what is the cogitation? The way to think. It wasn't going to change. Your mindset. The way to think. It wasn't going to change. All right, go ahead.
For it was a curse seed from the beginning.
How was it a cursed seed? Why was it cursed? Noah cursed Ham's son Canaan. He said, "Cursed shall Canaan be." All right, and that's why it was a cursed seed. All right, read that verse again.
For it was a cursed seed from the beginning. Neither didst thou for fear of any man, give them pardon for those things wherein they sin.
Okay. All right. Continue.
For who shall say, what hast thou done? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or who shall withstand thy judgment? Or perish?
No.
Read
Read 12 again.
Yeah. For who shall say, what hast thou done?
Mhm,
Or who shall withstand thy judgment?
mhm.
Or who shall accuse thee for the nations that perish?
Right. Who's going to accuse the Most High for what he did for the nations that perish? You going to say God is an evil, brutish God? No, the Most High is just what he did. All right. Go ahead.
Whom thou hast made, or who shall come to stand against thee, to be revenged for the unrighteous men?
Mhm.
For neither is there any power but thou that careth for all, to whom thou mightest show that thy judgment is not upright. Neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast punished.
Okay. Now, lose that now. Now go to Ezekiel, the 16th chapter. Now we see who was dwelling in the land, right? Before we got there. Canaan, the Canaanites, which we call Africans today. The name that people synonymously call today are Africans. Okay, but they were known as Canaanites. There are many different families of the Africans. Okay, and out of the Canaanites, you had the largest family members. You had the Amorites, you had the Perizzites, you had the Jebusites, you had the Hivites. Okay, you had the Hittites. Okay, you had a whole list because Canaan had 11 sons. And out of one of those sons came also the Chinese too. All right, the descendants of the Chinese. Now, some Chinese are Hamitic and some are Japhetic. That's a strange thing, right? But you're going to see. Some Chinese are Hamitic and some are Japhetic. Okay, the Han Dynasty is just another name for Ham. Okay, yeah, the Han Dynasty is just another name for Ham. All right, the Sinites are Africans, which are Chinese. That's another name for China. Sinim. Look it up. Look up the word Sinim, and you'll see. Sinim. Sinim. Sinim is a word for China, and it comes from the word Sinites. And the Sinites were Canaanites.
Not the Chinese today.
All right. I'm gonna show you that. They're gonna blow your mind. You're like, what? Forget going off. No, it's not. It's right there. Okay. Sinim. 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 It's in Isaiah 49 and 12.
What was the dynasty you said for Ham?
Han. Han means Ham. H-A-N. The Han dynasty comes from the word Ham. All right. Now you look up. You have found Sinim, right? What does it say for Sinim?
The exact location is debated. It's often associated with China or the Far East.
China. And who came from that? The Sinites, which were some of the sons of Canaan. I'm going to show you that too. Yes.
What I had was it's a Hebrew word meaning the people of sin or the inhabitants of sin, appearing in Isaiah 49:12. It is considered a possible reference to China or a richer remote region in the Far East.
It is. It is China.
Some translations identify it with the classical Sinai, referring to the people of southern China.
See?
The term is debated among scholars, with some associating it with China's Qin, Q-I-N, state or dynasty.
Right. You understand? And that was that dynasty that was there in China ruling from the Sinites. Then you had Japhet that was in there that came from the Maori tribe of Japhet. Okay, you got two families of the Chinese, one from Ham and one from Japhet. The white looking one comes from Japhet, from Ham. Huh? Two different people. China have different families of Chinese over there. They speak different languages. Mandarin is different from Cantonese. Yeah, they're dark. You understand? Just like Africa. Africa had nations are Africans, but they're not all the same. You can't tell a person from South Africa he's an Ethiopian. He will laugh at you. You know, you're crazy. They're different. They know their own tribals. All right. So let's go to Ezekiel 16 now. Ezekiel 16, and you're going to start from the first verse.
In that book of Ezekiel, King James Version of the Bible, chapter 16, verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations.
So the Most High is speaking to us when we're in the land. Cause Jerusalem to know their abominations. Now, Jerusalem could be used for the land and for the people. Just like Israel could be used for the land and for the people. All right? So the word could be used interchangeable. The Most High also calls us Jerusalem. And he calls the land Jerusalem. Yahushua said, O Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. Who was he speaking about? The people. All right? Okay. And Israel, the same thing too. So the name could be used interchangeable to refer to the people or to the land. So we were a people before we became the land. Because where did the name come from? From our father Jacob. All right? Now, so continue reading on.
Verse 3. And say, Thus said the Lord, out of one most high power unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
So the Most High said, Thus saith the Most High power unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. What is he talking about? What is he saying here? When he said thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
It was given to him? Well, no, I don't say it right.
That's our home. That's our land.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was given
And
to
our
him.
nationality.
Yeah, all that.
That's what he's saying. Read again.
Ezekiel 16, verse 3. And say, Thus said the Lord, out of one most high power unto Jerusalem, the birth of thy nativity,
Thy birth,
thy birth and thy nativity. Nativity. I'm reading. And say, Thus said the Lord, out of one most high power unto Jerusalem, the birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
is of the land of Canaan. That's the land that he promised to us was given to us. All right, go ahead.
Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite.
Now stop there. What does that mean now? Was our father, our mother, Amorite and a Hittite?
No, it means that you're behaving like them.
Right, that's true. And what else? What else is it saying?
I mean, I'll guess that because Abraham went down, so that's probably where they were born at. And
But he said, thy father. He said, your father is a what? An Amorite, and your mother a Hittite. So what is he saying? He's saying the people of the land that was there before you were what? Amorites and Hittites, Canaanites. They were the original inhabitants of the land. Now you're doing just like
To the
them.
customs, right?
You're
Those
doing
stuff.
the custom that they were
That's
doing.
what I was gonna say.
All right, that's what he's saying. All right, continue.
Referring back to verse number
Verse 4. And as for the nativity, in the day thou was born, thy navel was not cut.
What
Neither
was
was
he mean?
thou.
What was he mean? He said your navel was not cut.
Meaning that the dirt that they used to do then, you continue
You
doing.
continue to do it because when a baby is born, what do?
Cut the navel.
You cut the
And you
navel, which is
smooth
called
it out.
what? The umbilical cord.
Right.
You
Yeah.
cut it. It
Yeah.
detaches the mother from the baby.
Right.
But we were not detached from the custom that they were doing.
Right.
We were still doing what they was doing. You see how the Most High is talking in hip talk? You see how hip the Most High is? And how Ezekiel is writing it?
Yeah.
This is all hip talk, man.
Black people.
Black people, man. Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Neither was thou washed in water to supple thee.
So when a baby is born, what do? You clean the baby up. We put salt in the water. You clean the baby up to get rid of all the blood and all the any bacteria that's in the baby that came in from the mother's womb. You understand? Because the baby comes out all sticky and slippery and stuff. So you wash all that stuff off. So the Most High said we will not wash from all the filth that they was doing in the land. All right, go ahead.
Thou was not salted at all.
Because you put salt in the water. Salt is a preserver and a cleanser too. All right, go ahead.
And swaddled at all.
So we will not swaddle up, wrapped up. Okay, go ahead.
None I pitied thee to do any of these unto thee, to have compassion upon thee. But thou wast cast out in the open field to the loathing of thy person in the day that thou was born.
So what was the Most High saying? Nobody didn't show compassion and love for us. So we were just cast out there to be used and abused by the nations. And the Most High was showing his love for us, but we were showing the Most High our behind. We're saying, hey, Most High, look, hey, look, I'm a fought too. So we had no respect for the Most High. We dissed the Most High. All right, go ahead.
And when I passed by thee, I saw thee polluted in thy own blood. I said unto thee, when thou wast in thy blood, live. Yea, I said unto thee, when thou wast in thy blood, live. I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great, and thou art come to excellent ornaments. Thy beasts are fashioned upon me. Our breasts are fastened to me. Our breasts are fashioned.
Die.
Upon, yeah, thy breasts are fashioned, and thy hair is grown. Whereas thou wast naked and bare. Now when I pass by thee and look up on thee, behold, thy time was the time of love. And I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness.
Right, because we're being polluted in the custom of what they was doing. We were doing exactly what they was doing.
So he was trying to hide us from you.
He's trying to get us away from that, clear us up, but we like, nah, we want to still do what they're doing. Still today. That's us, rebellious as hell, man. Continue.
I swear unto thee and entered into a covenant with thee, said the Lord, Adonai, most high power, and thy became mine.
Then Most High entered into a covenant with us. He made a covenant with us to make us separate from everybody else. That's what makes us different from everybody, because the Most High made a covenant with us. He didn't make a covenant with everybody else, specifically with us. And we broke that covenant. All right, go ahead.
Then wash I with thee, then wash I thee with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
And he gave us the anointed oil. All right, for the priests. Okay, that was a symbol of us to be the anointed people of the Most High. And he chose the priests to be his anointed ones, to anoint the people. All right, continue.
I clothe thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger's skin.
And what is badger skin? You know what's that? Right, fur from the animals. He gave us clothing from it. Okay, certain clothes come from animals, but this badger here wasn't so much like a rodent, right? It was related to like the like to the cattle family. Not so much a raccoon. No man, raccoon is unclean, man. Most I ain't gonna put no raccoon skin on us, man. No, this badger here wasn't so much the badger that you see digging in the, like the Wolverine. No, this was related to the cattle family. All right, so that term there, badger, is not the right term there. All right. Yeah, a badger is something related to like a raccoon. It's like a Wolverine or something like that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but we're not gonna use their skin to put on us. The skin that we will put on us will be deer skin, goat, cow, buffalo, leather from leather.
Yeah.
Okay, notice all our clothing. Either our clothing that came from animal will come from a goat, a sheep, a
Tigers
cow.
too, right?
Huh?
Tigers and leopards, because
No.
because you have.
No, that's what the Africans did. We didn't do
Oh,
that.
okay, not us. Then okay,
No.
okay.
All our
Most of
clothing
us,
came from the cattle family, sheep, goats.
Sheepskin.
All right, the buffalo, the bison. All right, and stuff like that. Yes.
Lamb, sheep, same thing.
Incorrect word there, badger.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw that name when they was talking about the skins that we used to make the tabernacle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's referring to the leather that comes from those animals. Yeah. All right. And then what's the other natural fiber that we use to make clothes from? Right. You got linen, cotton, silk. All right. So linen, silk, and cotton. All right. The silk came from where? Yeah. Yeah. The worm will weave the silk. And you take and you make clothing with it. Isn't that amazing? And how much clothes you can make from that silk. That's why silk costs so much. All right. Okay, go ahead.
And I girded thee about with fine linen.
See, with fine linen. Mm-hmm.
And I covered thee with silk.
See, with silk. And we were decked. The Most High decked us out. So the Most High is saying, I did all these things for you now. And this is what you did to me. You turned your back of me and went and followed the customs of people that I told you not to do. Go ahead.
I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands.
Most High, I deck you. I put bracelets in your hand, gold bracelets, silver bracelets. I deck you out, royal fashion. Go ahead.
And a chain on thy neck.
And the Most High said, I put a chain on your neck. That's why we love to wear chain. Gold chain. Yes.
But in slavery, the Most High turned that chain
into a slave chain. You understand? Yeah. Because that's something that we always did. The bracelets, yeah, bracelets. You understand? The iron bracelets. You understand?
Now, I just want to say, that's why back in the day I wore medallion with it, but I ain't wear it that much. Or what he just said, slavery.
Mm-hmm. All
right. But ain't nothing one of you wear it.
Go ahead.
Verse 12. And I put a jewel on thy forehead.
See, the Most High put a jewel on our forehead. On the mitri was a jewel. On that mitri. And that it was a diadem. All right. Okay, go ahead.
And earrings in thy ears.
We wore earrings. Not everybody. Some men. All right. Women wear earrings. And some people say, that's a girl fashion woman to wear earrings. No, that's an old thing. That's old. That's old. Way back then we were wearing earrings. But you don't wear two earrings, you wear one. All right? Not two earrings. Bad man don't wear two earrings. Okay? All right, go ahead.
And a beautiful crown upon thy head.
See, and the Most High put a beautiful crown upon our head. A crown of real gold. Okay, go ahead.
Thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
See, we were decked with gold and silver. Go ahead.
And thy raiment was of fine linen.
We had fine linen. Okay, go ahead.
And silk.
And silk, go ahead.
Embroidered work.
Embroidered work. You know what is broidered work? Embroidered work that was interweaving with gold and different stuff fabrics. All right. That's on a high level, man. Okay. You probably had your name embroidered in gold and your garment. Malak Yahawada. Imagine that. All right. We were decked, man. All right. Go ahead.
Thou didst eat fine flour.
See, the Most High said we ate fine flour, the best flour. Okay, go ahead.
And honey.
And honey, the best honey. Go ahead.
And oil.
Mm-hmm.
And thou was exceeding beautiful.
And we were exceeding beautiful. And we still beautiful, even in our low state. All right, go ahead.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
And we prospered into a kingdom. Okay, go ahead.
And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty,
Mm-hmm.
for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, said the Lord, out of one most high, omnipotent power.
Mm-hmm.
But thou didst trust in thee own beauty.
No, but thou didst trust in thy own beauty. Yeah. So what was our own beauty that we trust in? Our own pride and lust. Going about doing our own things, not according to what the Most High wanted us to do. Okay? Like yesterday, I saw this mother, and I look at her, and she was putting on makeup on her daughter. She was probably about 3 years old, putting on eyeliner makeup. I said, what the hell is she doing? That doesn't make sense for your 3-year-old daughter. I said, what kind of crap is that? Get her looking like a little Jezebel. That doesn't make sense, man. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Ezekiel 16, verse 15. But thou didst trust in thy own beauty and playedest the harlot because of thy renown, and pourest out of thy fornications.
Pourest out thy fornications
On everyone that passed by. His it was.
Right. So what the Most High said, and everyone that passes by, we pour out our fornications on everyone that passed by. What does that mean?
Try to teach everybody your wickedness.
We try to learn their wickedness. We try to adapt to what they was doing. All right. Go ahead.
And of thy garments thou didst take, and deckest thy high places with divers colors, and playedest the harlot thereupon.
Mm-hmm.
The like things should not come, neither shall it be so.
So this is showing you when we got into our fame and our renown, we started to play the harlot, chasing after other gods and their way of life. All right. So we see that in the land of Canaan, there were Africans in that land. All right. So we see that the land of Canaan is situated in a certain area geographically. Now I want to show you. Let's go to the book of Numbers now. That's it on that. All right. And then I want to show a video. Wow. What time is it? 3 o'clock already? Wow. All right. Go to Numbers 34. I just want to show you that the Canaanites were in the land, living in the land before we got there. All right. So the land was never empty. There was always people dwelling in the land before we got there and after we were kicked out. Now, after we were kicked out, who went into the land? The Arabs. The Palestinians, that's where they got there. That's where they're there today. Then after them, who went into the land? The Europeans, the so-called Jews. And he's there today, holding down the land, saying it's his. Now today, they're fleeing out of Israel now. They said they're fleeing Israel today. They're leaving Israel, going back to Europe, man. All right? Well, because of the fires, and they can't seem to solve the wars over there. The war is getting to a point now with so much that it seems like it's never going to be no peace over there. And the Most High is burning that place up. Now, Yemen is shooting missiles at the airport. So they're like, wait a minute. If the missiles getting through now, what happened to the Iron Dome? It's not working. So the Yemenis shooting missiles at them every day, man, hitting the airport. They said, we're not safe now. You understand? So they're going back to Europe. They said, what's his name? Netanyahu, you can't save us. What's happening? All right. So I want to show you this in Numbers 34 to show you where exactly the land of Canaan or Israel is today. All right. And it only became Israel when we name it after our father Jacob. All right. Numbers 34 and start from the first verse.
Now, the book of Numbers, chapter 34, verse 1. And the Lord Most High spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan,
when you come into the land of Canaan, go ahead.
This is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance.
See, this land shall fall unto you for an inheritance. All right, go ahead.
Even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof.
Even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof. Now he's going to show you the coast that's surrounding it. All right, go ahead.
Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom.
See what he said? Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom. Where is Edom? It's in Jordan, to the south of our land. Okay? Jordan. It's in the land of Jordan. The land of Jordan annexes or borders the land of Israel. You could walk right over. All right? And there were two tribes that had their land in the land of Jordan. Those two tribes were who? Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh had their land in the land of Jordan. They were the first tribes to have their land east of the Jordan. Okay?
Reuben, Gad, and what?
And the half tribe of Manasseh had their land, their inheritance in the land of Jordan. Now, the Most High is telling you the borders of the land. He says, south of our land was where? Edom, the land of Edom. There's no land of Edom in South Africa. Okay, I don't know what we did with our map. It got tore up. The map that we had here with it. No, not that one. We have one here showing you the tribe, the land with the tribes, Moab, Edom, Judah. No, I think we had tore it down or something. It was a big one that was up there. I remember I took it down because we were painting the walls. But when you look in any Bible, right? And you look, you're going to see the land of Judah. And south of it, you're going to see the land of Edom. And east to our land, you're going to see Jordan, the land of Jordan. And you're going to see Moab and Ammon right next door to us. All right. I don't know. I think I put it somewhere. I don't remember where, but I took it down when we was painting the school. But it was a big map up there showing the land of Judah, Moab, Ammon, Edom. All right. Okay, so continue reading on.
And you're reading out the book of Numbers chapter 34, verse 3. I'm sorry again. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom, and your south border shall be the outmost coast, outmost coast of the Salt Sea eastward.
What's the Salt Sea? The Dead Sea, eastward. So that's the boundaries where the land of Israel is. So you see why the Most High left geographical landmarks? So the Salt Sea designates where the land of Israel is. There's no Salt Sea in South Africa. The Dead Sea is a national landmark to denote where the land of Israel is. So read that latter part again where the Most High said, the south border shall be the utmost.
Yep. And your south border shall be the outmost coast of the Salt Sea eastward.
Eastward. Eastward means going where? Towards the land of Jordan. The Salt Sea is between Jordan and Israel, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah is right down there by the Salt Sea too, south of Israel. The east is to your right, and the west is to your where? Your left. North is where? Up, and south is downward. All right, continue.
And your border shall turn from the south to the accent of Arabim, and pass on to Zin.
Zin is in the wilderness. All right, go ahead.
And the going forth thereof shall be from the south to the Kadesh Barnea, and shall go on to Hizaradah, and pass on Asmon. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asmon unto the river of Egypt.
See, so he's showing you the borders, the river of Egypt. Okay, that's it. It was a bigger one. That was it. All right. So you see that? Okay. Put up here the camera. Let me show. See that? Let the audience see it first. So you see that? See where Edom is? South. All right. And where is Moab and Ammon? To the east, over in the land of Jordan. And where was Gad and Reuben?
East of the Dead Sea.
Right next to Moab and Ammon. All right. Reuben was situated next to who? To Moab, and Gad was situated next to Ammon. You see that? And south of us was Edom. How could you get South Africa from that? It's impossible.
The Jordan River turned into the Dead Sea.
No, the Jordan River is different. It empties into it, yeah. All right. Continue reading on.
See, verse
Read the 6th verse now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got a book of Numbers chapter 34, verse 6. And as for the western border, ye shall even have the great sea.
What's the great sea? The Mediterranean Sea. That's our border. You can't change borders. You can only name them and rename them, but you can't shift geographical borders of a land.
That's right.
If you do that, then you gotta be the Most High. Because you can't shift the Mediterranean Sea down to South Africa. And what surrounds the land of Israel? The Mediterranean Sea. All right, so read that verse again.
Numbers 34, verse 6. And as for the western border,
for your western border, go ahead.
Ye shall even have the great sea
You're gonna
for
have
a
the
border.
great sea, the Mediterranean Sea for your western border. Go ahead.
For a border, this shall be your west border.
That's going to be our west border, showing you where the land is situated. So nobody can bamboozle you. You're reading it for yourself. Okay, read on.
And this shall be your north border.
What's going to be your north border now? Read on.
From the great sea ye shall point out for you Mount Hor.
And Mount Hor was in the area of Lebanon. So you say from the Mediterranean Sea going upward to Mount Hor, which is in the land of Lebanon. Okay, go ahead.
From Mount Hor, ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath.
Hamath was right before you get to Syria, the border of Syria. Look up Hamath. Everybody look up Hamath and you see where Hamath is situated.
So Ben, it's really bigger than what we're looking at.
Yes, our land is there.
Yes.
You understand? That's why the so-called Jews want to take back all those lands. Because he's trying to fulfill the prophecy that he is the people, and he's going to take all those lands. All right? Everybody look up where Hamath is situated. What it says where Hamath is situated.
Western Syria on the bank of the Orontes River.
See it? In Syria, right to the border of Syria. That's where Hamath is situated. All right? Continue reading on.
And the going forth of the border shall be to Zedad, and the border shall go on to Ziphron, and the goings out of it shall be a Hazarenim. This shall be your north border, and ye shall point out your east border from Hazarenim to Shephrim. And the coast shall go down from Shephrim to Riblah on the east side of Ain. And the border shall descend and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Shinnereth, eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan.
And your border shall go down to where?
To Jordan.
Jordan. Where is Jordan? Southeast of the land. Go ahead.
And the doings out of it shall be at the salt sea.
See? So it's still showing you the area where the land is situated. All right, go ahead.
This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about.
All right. Now let me show it to the camera. The camera see it. Bring it up here. Put it up to the camera. Is it up on the screen?
Yeah, you got a map.
Oh, you got a map? It's up there already? All right. So you see that? That's the geographical landmark where Israel is situated. I don't know what I'm not gonna call him. I'm not gonna diss him because he's still a great brother. I like him. He did his research on a lot of things, but that's one thing I think he's in error. To say the land of Israel is in South Africa. That's great error.
Who was that then?
Ron Dalton.
Oh.
All right? He's not going according to what the Bible is saying.
Because then you look at it, Israel is up here, and South Africa is all the way down here.
Right.
Exactly.
And it doesn't match up to not what the Bible is saying. You got to go according to what the Bible is saying. All right? But otherwise, he has some good information. He's a very smart brother. And he did a lot of research, and he made a lot more people aware to the truth. You understand? He opened a lot of people's eyes to the truth. The Most High used him for that purpose. But like I said, nobody has 100% of the Most High truth. Each one of us have a portion of the Most High truth. Don't nobody tell you they got 100% truth of the Most High. They're a damn liar. When we get back in the kingdom, all of us gonna have 100%. But right now on this side, ain't nobody got 100%. I don't have 100% of the Most High truth. What I do have, I'm going to share. Anybody tell you to have 100%, they're a damn liar. Every group of Israel have a piece and a portion of the Most High truth to bring out. Even the brothers in Demona, Israel, they play a tremendous part.
Yes.
They play a tremendous role when it comes to a diplomatic role. When Mathafta went to Israel, this last trip, it was giving him a hard way to go. And he said, you know what? And he called Demona. And Demona called and said, listen, yo, what's up, man? That's our people, man. And right away, they let it go. They're, okay. So they playing a diplomatic role on one aspect of this truth. Okay? So every other Israelite group is playing a part and a role in bringing about the Most High truth. Okay? Yes, there might be a doctrinal difference, but every group is bringing out a piece of the Most High puzzle to this truth. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. And this year, I'm gonna show this video with Abraham Troy, where North Korea is sending troops to him. Now, like I said, that's the build up to the alliance with God and Magog. All right. So we got to put that map back up again. Yeah. It was right there. Yeah, right here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Yahweh, when you get it, you can pull it up. All right.
Burkina Faso has just made a move that has stunned the world. 700 North Korean commandos have arrived, not for diplomacy, but to guard the man who is rewriting the rules of African leadership. President Ibrahim Traoré is no longer just fighting terrorism, he's challenging an entire global order. What's really happening in the Sahel, and why does it matter to the rest of the world? Let's break it down. Ibrahim Traoré came to power in 2022 after a military coup at just 34 years old.
Was it? Now remember, Karaja Rakar did this class 3 months back about the Sahel, about where we're in West Africa. We had certain areas in West Africa known as the Songhay Empire, the Homie, and he was going over all the Sahel areas. It was Sonny Ali, the area that he had. Well, Abraham Traoré is in that same era of West Africa where we were situated when we ruled in that area. Now, the Sahel is a coalition of those West African nations around that area. Benin, Mali, Ghana, Nigeria, all those are the Sahel countries. So what he's doing, he's establishing an alliance, right, which is a right thing to get the European forces out. But mind you, he's getting the European forces out. But who is backing him and supporting him? Russia and China, which are also our enemy in the end. They're going to be our enemy in the end. You understand? So people look at it like, yeah, he's doing the right thing. But what you're missing out on is this great alliance that's building up. This the alliance with Gog and Magog that's being built up. Okay, because a lot of African nations are going to be joined with Russia and China. Okay, and that's why the Most High said they're going to be a guard to these nations. They're going to be a guard to Iran, to Ethiopia, to Persia, and Libya, and a lot of these African nations. Okay, yes, Yahweh.
Yes, they gave this same general, I think he's a general.
Yeah, captain.
Captain.
Mhm.
Putin gave him he had tanks,
Fighter jets.
massive amount of soldiers, that gave him a high salute because of the work he was doing.
Yeah, but he's doing a great works after giving credit for that. But one thing with Russia, Russia never invaded none of the African nations. Russia never did that like the other European nations did. All the other European nations went into Africa and gobbled up and rape and rob Africa. But Russia never did that. Russia went there as an alliance to help them. Remember during the time of in Angola and those areas, Russia was there with the Cuban forces to help Africa, not to go and plunder and rob it, but to be a help. But eventually in the end, see, in the end of what's going to happen, they're going to be joined with Russia to come against the land of Israel. Okay, it's an alliance that's being built up right now. Nobody can see or understand that because they don't understand what the Bible is talking about. They only see it as, yeah, Pan-African movement, which is good, But you have to see what's going on behind the scene. This is the first time North Korea ever sent troops to an African nation. Yes.
Simpler for the time to come when they need to get into that Megiddo Valley.
That's it. It's already set. It's already prepared.
They're on the land.
They're right there. They got the support. They got the weapons. They got the military because it's coming. We're not far off, man. That's why my class was the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Everything is falling into line.
That's like the closest, speeds up, like we get close to that 250 mark, and everything just builds.
It's speed. It's everything is moving so fast. May is done already. May is done. Yeah, it seemed like it was just 2 weeks ago. The new moon is coming up when next week. The 28th, what, the 28th, the 29th? The 28th. Fruits are around the corner too. Yeah, 2 days before my birth, 2 days after my birthday. So you see how time is moving? Time is moving so fast, man. Man, it's amazing, man. Look at that. It's been now 6 months since Sabah passed away in November. 6 months already. Next month it's gonna be a year since Mike passed away. A year already since Mike passed away. Next month. So fast time is moving. The most I speeding the time up so fast, man. If you don't see what time it is, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna be left behind, man. All right, continue, Howard.
Ibrahim Traoré came to power in 2022 after a military coup at just 34 years old. His mission to fight jihadist insurgency and restore control over Burkina Faso's lawless regions. But as he fought armed groups, he also turned his eyes toward a bigger enemy, the Western influence. Since then, his expelled French troops removed the French ambassador and has been slowly shifting toward new allies like Russia and now North Korea. In early 2025, reports confirmed that 700 North Korean commandos were deployed to Burkina Faso. These aren't your average troops. They are elite, trained in guerrilla tactics, covert ops, and regime protection. Their mission is officially to provide security assistance, but insiders say it's much deeper, training local forces, setting up encrypted comms, and helping Traoré restructure his entire military and intelligence system. Why North Korea, you may ask? Because they offer what the West wants: no lectures, no strings, just raw tactical support. North Korea is one of the most isolated countries in the world, but Africa offers them something valuable: political legitimacy, access to resources, and new diplomatic leverage. This isn't the first time Pyongyang has courted African leaders. During the Cold War, they trained troops in Angola, Ethiopia, and Zimbabwe. Now, they are back, and this time it's personal. But North Korea isn't the only player. Russia's influence is also growing in the region through groups like Wanya. Together, Moscow and Pyongyang are forming what some call the Axis of Residence in West Africa, a silent but strategic push against NATO-aligned powers. Burkina Faso is no longer acting alone. It's part of a new bloc, including Mali and Niger, that wants sovereignty, not subservience. This shift has rattled ECOWAS and France. ECOWAS, traditionally aligned with Western policy, now faces internal collapse as more countries turn their backs. France, once a dominant power in the Sahel, is rapidly losing relevance. The US is watching too, concerned about intelligence loss, Chinese and Russian influence, and instability that could spill over borders. This isn't just about Burkina Faso, it is a sign of a larger awakening. African nations are starting to redefine their alliances, rejecting colonial footprints and exploring new partnerships, even controversial ones. The question isn't whether this path is dangerous. The question is whether Africa is finally choosing its own path without permission. What's happening in the Sahel could rewrite the future of African geopolitics. Will it bring sovereignty or spark a new Cold War? Let me know what you think. Is this the start of African independence or a danger?
Now you want to know why North Korea, right? Because North Korea are family of Chinese too. All right? They're all family of Chinese. North Korea, South Korea, they're all one people. All right? Because North Korea biggest trading partner is who? North Korea. China. Now, how do they communicate? In what language? They have to communicate in Chinese, the Chinese language. the Koreans have to speak the Chinese language because Koreans speak one language and Chinese speak another language. So in order for them to communicate, to deal with trading, what language do they have to speak? They have to speak the Chinese language. You understand? Now, Vietnam, the word Vietnam means what? People of the South. People of the South of who? Of China. They're all the same people. You understand? This is why North Korea is joining with them, because they're all going to be joined together under Gog and Magog. Now, the one group of the Chinese that comes from the Hamites, I'm going to show you that. Let's go to Genesis. I'm going to play that tape again. Let's go to Genesis, the 11th chapter. Genesis 10, the 10th chapter. Genesis 10, right? And we're going to start here from the 15th verse.
It's a 15 verse, right?
Genesis 10 and 15. Yeah.
10, 15.
Genesis 10, 15. Genesis, the 10th chapter, the 15th verse.
15, yep. Now the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 15. And Canaan begot Sidon, Sidon,
So
his
that
first.
could either spell either with an S or with a Z. All right. So Canaan was the largest of the African families. All right. Go ahead.
And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Gergesite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite.
Sinite. See that?
Sinite.
That's where the word Sinim comes from. These are the Chinese here that came from that line of Ham. The Sinites. Okay. And this group eventually moved to China. They didn't stay in the land. All right. These are the Sinites, the Sinim. Right. When China and Japan fought, it was known as the what? The Sino Wars. Look it up. Sino Wars. When China and Japan fought back in the early part of before the World War II, it was called the Sino Wars, because that word comes from the Sinim, Sinites, from that family of the Chinese, the Han Dynasty. All right, that's the family right there, the Sinites. It goes right back to Sinim. All right, and North Korea is in there with the children of Japheth too, with Gog and Magog. That's why they line up together. It's no coincidence. There's no coincidence why Russia is there too, because they're falling in the alliance that's going to be built up. Yes.
And Russians are Asian.
Yeah.
They're Asian.
Look at Putin. Look at Putin. Look at Putin. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Asian.
Yeah.
When I was in law school in Indiana, I met a guy who I thought he was Chinese, and he told me he was Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And we had swimming class together. And I mean, you look at him, he looked Chinese, but he said he was Russian.
Mm-hmm. And China and Russia is right on the border.
And that's what he said. He said, you know, Russia is in Asia.
Yeah, it's called Asia. That's called Asia. What part of Asia is called South Asia? This is East Asia and there's South Asia.
South Asia is like Laos, Myanmar.
India, Pakistan, that's South Asia. East Asia is Vietnam, China, North Korea. That's East China. South Asia is India, Bangladesh, what's the other? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, the whole what they call the subcontinent of India. Israel, that's called Asia too. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ben, but at one time, China did belong to Russia. I mean, Russia did belong to China as far as that whole landmass was China.
Yeah,
That whole
Mongolia.
It was Kiev Rus.
Yeah,
the Israelite men.
Yeah,
That conquered the Japhets over there and changed that part to Russia.
right. Mongolia, Tibet, all of them gonna be joined together with Russia because they are one family. Okay, and China adopted communism from Russia.
Right.
Okay, China was not always communist. They adopted that from Russia. All right, under Mao Zedong. All right. Even though they fought, but they got back together again as communist allies. All right. Strange bedfellows, right? Now today again, you see China and Russia leading the pack with the BRICS. All right. Okay, go ahead, Yehuda.
Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are for deep dives into African untold stories.
That was it. But it was longer than that. It was 22 minutes. But that's good. I didn't want to play the whole thing. But when y'all get a chance, look at it. It's called North Korea sent troops to Burkina Faso. Yeah. So it's building up the alliance. It's building up. Everything is rapidly moving into play, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end my class and I say peace and blessings to Israel. May Israel rise. I say Kwam Yashar Allah.
Kwam Yashar Allah.
Kwam Lama'ai Yashar Allah.
Kwam Yashar Allah.
Rise up, Israel. It's time for our
rise up
rising.
for real.
And all praises to the Most High. Shalom.
Thank you for that one.